Where in the world was it told to the so-called blacks and Hispanics that you are not God's people? Where was that labeled as?
Hey, look at this. Right now, I'm taking it to go.
If you tell a person something long enough and you beat it into them and get it into them, they start believing it.
When we see that we got prostitution going on, that we got gang violence going on, when we just lost loved ones, when somebody get incarcerated, when these things happen, what we gonna do? How you doing, my sister? What's your name?
Jay.
Miss J? Nice to meet you. I'm Hezekiah. All right. Now, you said a lot of things, right? When I remember you speaking earlier. You were saying, like, when people open up the Bible, they teach you what they want to teach you out of Scripture, right? But when you actually open the Bible, it's only one understanding of this whole Bible.
Right.
And to have the understanding, you got to be what? Doing what it actually says. Now, I'm hearing what you were saying, and I'm going to touch on some of the things that you did say. All right? I'm going to show you. When it comes to all the other races on the earth, the minorities, they call us minority because they separate us and put it in different places. But we come together, guess what we're going to be? The majority. You understand? That's why we got to come together under Christ in keeping God's commandments. You understand? Now give me Hosea 1 and verse 10. Watch this.
Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Wait a minute. Now think about all the grains. When you pick up a handful of sand, that's a lot of grains, ain't it? So he said the children of Israel, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, he said they should be as the number of the sand of the sea. Can you count that number? You cannot. So who's the most populated people on this earth?
Minorities.
The minorities. The minorities. You understand what I'm saying now? So read it again.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
So we can't be measured nor numbered. Everywhere you go, you will see a so-called black person or a so-called Hispanic person. No matter where you go.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter, right? Now watch this.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
Where in the world was it told to the so-called blacks and Hispanics that you are not God's people? Where was that labeled as? Where?
Hey, look at this. Right now, I'm taking it to go something to eat.
You understand what I'm saying? How you doing, my sister?
She can have a baby.
I got a question for all y'all. Got a question. Where places was God's chosen people, the so-called blacks and Hispanics, was told that they are not God's people?
Bring it out.
What place? Or what places?
Right here.
Wherever white people are.
Is both of y'all correct? He said right here. What they calling us in America?
Bring it out.
Negroes, black people, color, cool, spick, porch monkey.
Ignorant.
He said what?
Ignorant.
Ignorant? They gave us all these different terms to show you that you are not God's people. But guess what? You are God's chosen people.
That's right.
You understand? It's the reason why we're the best at everything that we do.
That's right.
Nobody else can compare unto us.
That's right.
You understand? We'll read that part again.
It was said unto them, ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
You are the sons and the daughters of the living God.
That's right.
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God said we are the Israelites.
That's right.
Because people are programmed to believe that if you tell a person something long enough and you beat it into them and get it into them, they start believing it. So when you believe that this is a white man's world, you conform to that, and that's
You
the
know-
reason
you know
why
what you
people
just
give
said so heavy,
excuses
ma'am?
like, oh, it's the crackers, oh, the white man ain't giving me no
How y'all
chance,
doing,
the
family?
crackers ain't giving me a chance. But if this is yours, you ain't gotta go
You know
for
what
them
you
to
just
get
said
your
was so heavy, my
chance.
sister? I'm gonna show y'all what she said, right? What's your name, bro? Brandon. What's your name, sis?
Mo.
Mo? What about you, bro? Iran. Let me show you something what our sister just said, right? She said if when we got to the point that if you can beat Hezekiah, I'm sorry, I do apologize.
That's my son name.
All praises to the Father. You were the great king in the Bible, right?
The youngest.
Yes, ma'am. Josiah was the youngest. He was 8 years old. All praises, all praises.
Yep.
But our sister said something, right? She said, you can have people being conformed to a way when they have been constantly been beat or learned a certain tradition or ways of living into them.
Right.
Think about this. When we first came over, you ever seen the movie Roots?
Yeah, I did.
You ever? Okay, what happened to Kunta Kinte when he came over here? Okay, his name was Kunta Kinte, right?
Then they changed it to Toby.
Well, how did they make him conform to say, okay, my name Toby now? What they do?
Beating him.
They beat him.
That's right.
Beat him to the point they broke him down so bad.
They made him.
That he had, you know what? I give in. You broke me. My name Toby now.
He kept saying
Our sister
Kunta the
just
whole
said
time.
that. I'm going to show you something.
So
What's your last
They
name?
made him.
Huh?
Israel.
Your last name ain't no Israel, bro. Quit playing, man. Be real with me.
That's what I just said my name was.
For real?
Aaron Deshaun Israel.
What's your last name?
Hey, listen though, listen.
Who?
I don't really believe on all the other shit like that.
Williams?
Bullshit.
Smack.
Smack. So we got these last names from our oppressors.
That's right.
Cause we ain't never had no last name Williams or Booth or Smith or Smack.
that man killed the president Lincoln.
I gotta go.
Watch this, read this.
Hey, listen.
James chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
He said, he shall speak great words against the Most High. Who is calling himself God today?
Bring it up.
Or what race of people are calling themselves Jesus Christ today? You said us? Let's be real, Miss Mo. When we
listen
come on the
though, man,
TV,
listen.
when we go on
Yeah,
Google.
the white man.
Oh, there you go.
The white man.
Give me some, sis. Give me some, sis. There you go. You see, understand? So they said they speak great words
We
against the
speaking
Most
because
High.
That ain't true about the white man. So I say me because it is us.
We are the children of God. But watch this. Watch this. We're going to read what the scripture says again. Watch this.
He shall speak great words against the Most High.
He said that race of people, going to speak great words against God. Come on.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Who are the saints of the Most High that they wore out?
Bring it up.
Us. But let's show you in the Bible who they are. Give me that in Psalms. We're going to show you in the Bible who are the saints. Okay? Read that. Psalm 148. Read that.
Psalms chapter 148 and verse 14.
Come on.
He also exalted the horn of his people.
That's possessive. He said he exalted the horn of his people. Read.
The praise of all his saints.
It's what?
His saints.
He said his saints. Come on.
Even of the children of Israel.
Wait a minute. So the children of Israel are God's what?
Chosen people.
Just chosen people. What else? It starts with an S. We just read it. Come on. Come on. Saints.
Saints.
Saints. So when we go back to Daniel 7:25, it's starting to make more sense now. It's starting to make way more sense. Come on. Daniel 7:25.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Come on.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
He said the white man, he speak great words against the Most High because he said that Jesus Christ himself. He wore out the saints by what? Slavery. That was our backs being beaten down to the white meat. That was us.
That's right.
To the point that I did call myself a child of God, but when I got here, you called me nigga.
That's
Yeah,
right.
think about it. They did the same thing. Brainwashed us.
He died the black and death of all of us.
They beat him.
But you know what? You know who gave up Christ?
Thorns in his head.
Where y'all going, family? Because we got way more to touch.
Gave him oil and gold. Gave him gold water. They beat him. And that's one thing my granny used to always say. Words can hurt you. But they beat Jesus. What you think they gonna do to? And he was the only perfect person that walked the face of this planet. Ain't none of us perfect. So if they did this to somebody who was totally innocent of everything, ain't never wronged nobody, ain't never hurt nobody, harmed nobody, healing people, giving you understanding, teaching you something, and then you still
Give me verse.
beat me. Now, do you really think
5.
If he
Watch
was
this.
a cracker,
Let's give
the
him,
crackers would have beat him, killed him, and did all that they did to him.
No,
and then what did they do to us as slaves?
I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I understand. Matter of fact, hold that. Ecclesiastes 7:7. I understand why you have that much passion, right?
That's right.
You actually gotta understand, like, yeah, man, they did that to Christ. But guess who gave Christ up?
We did.
Guess who? His own people say, look, give us Barabbas and go ahead and crucify Christ.
Yeah, 'cause
Wait. I got
that ain't
more
our
for you.
lane. We don't want to go
I
through the
got
struggle.
more for you, sis.
So we're going to go ahead on and sacrifice
Watch
him
this.
for the greater good, and look how good that turned out.
Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7.
Read it out.
Surely oppression,
Wait, read it again.
surely oppression.
What is oppression? What is oppression?
What we going through there.
What we going through every day.
That's right.
To the point that if you leave the house, you're not guaranteed you'll make it home.
Right.
If you get stopped by the police, it's not guaranteed you'll make it back.
Right.
That's oppression. Having to serve another race of people just to pay your bills and barely get by, that's oppression.
Right.
You understand? Read this.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
It's saying oppression make a wise man, a wise sister mad. Because you can actually see what's going on.
Right.
You can see that your people are at the bottom. Ain't everybody down here in the south side of Tallahassee. It's our people.
Right.
That's why we here.
Right.
It's our people that's in these oppressions, that's in the drugs, that's in the gang violence, that's in the prostitution. That's us.
Right.
You understand?
We give them the reason of why they treat us the way that they do. That's
show you
why they
something.
call
Let me show you
us
something. Let me show you
crabs
something.
in a barrel.
We are crabs in a
We
barrel.
have been so
back to Isaiah
brainwashed.
53.
Instead of saying, you know what, I like how you roll. I like the car, the house, the this, the that you have. Let me be up under you so I can,
Judas
you know,
5:20.
get some of that. No, it's a lot easier for me to say, put your hands up. Now I got your car, I got your wife, I got your house, I got your this.
Let me show you something, man. All right, let me show you something. You know why we in this condition that we in?
Read it up.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, I got you holding a lot of scriptures. Hosea 5:15. I'm gonna show you something. It's because that we sin against God.
Right.
At the end of the day, we can be mad at the white folks all we want to,
But it's us.
but it's us. It's us. It's our fault.
Right.
Nobody else. You got children?
Yep.
You got children, right? So you tell your children, hey, be in the house by street lights, and they still outside at night, what's gonna happen to them?
That's their punishment.
They're gonna get a punishment, right? Watch this.
Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15.
Go.
I will go and return to my place.
So God said, look, I'm gonna return back to my place until what happens?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Until we acknowledge what we did against our God.
That's right.
Come on.
And seek my face.
And seek his face. And seek his face. But you know when we seek God's face?
When we're at our lowest point.
Woo, woo. We actually finna read that. Watch this.
And seek my face in their affliction.
And what?
Affliction.
In our affliction. When we see that our brother getting gunned in the streets, when we see that our sisters got murdered, when we see that we got prostitution going on, that we got gang violence going on, when we just lost loved ones, when somebody get incarcerated, when these things happen, what we gonna do?
They will seek me early.
That's when we turn to God and say, oh Lord, help me. Help me through my situations. But guess what? He said, look, I'm gonna return back to my place till you acknowledge your what?
So you acknowledge your fault. It's your fault.
Offense.
You did that.
Offense.
Not no.
What is our offense,
But he
sister,
said,
sister?
and she said, we
Look,
turned our
look,
backs
I'm
on
here
God.
with you. I'm here
We
with you.
turned our backs
I'm
on
here
God.
with you. I'm here with you, right? And I understand your passion. I understand your the anger, the passion you have right now. But what is our offense?
We turned against God.
We turn against God.
That's right.
By doing what?
What we wanted to do. Whatever we wanted to do.
You mean
That's what we
Nehemiah
wanted to do.
9:33.
That's why I say you are responsible for the choices that you make. I don't blame
Right.
no cracker, no white man for me buying a
Right,
pack
hold
of
on, hold on.
cigarettes or buying a
Let's take it
beer
step by step,
or
let's
being
take-
in the situation
Let's take
that
it
I'm
step by
in.
step. So God said, thou shalt not kill. What do we do?
Kill.
God said, thou shalt not steal. What happens in our
We
neighborhood?
still
God said, thou shalt not hate thy brother. What do we do?
hate.
You understand? It's plain as day. It's our fault.
That's
it's
right.
the black man and black woman's fault.
That's right.
Why? Because we didn't listen to God.
Right.
Read what you got. Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 33. Read that.
Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 33. Howbeit, thou art just in all that is brought upon us.
God is just. He's a just God. And he shows no favoritism. We are his chosen people.
Right.
But when it comes to us listening and abiding by his laws, he don't show no favoritism.
That's right.
That's why when these things carry out, like us being put on slavery, he's just at doing it because he already gave us the warning. He said, look, matter of fact, Deuteronomy 28 verse 15.
This is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to go. And what we do, same thing other people do when you talk to them. Oh, okay, yeah, all right, I got you.
But you understand the mindset,
and then when
right?
stuff happens and we try to find somebody to blame it on.
Let me give you the scriptures, okay? Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
To do what?
to observe, to do all his commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
these curses,
So he said, look, if you don't want to listen to me, if you don't want to do what I told you to do, all these curses going to come upon you. For an example, hey, my brothers, are curses a good or a bad thing?
We don't believe in good luck and bad luck. Blessings and
Hey,
curses.
luck is not real.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't believe
It's either
in
you
good luck
obey or you
bad
get
luck.
punished.
You're blessed or you're cursed. And if
There
you're
you go.
cursed is what you're
There
doing.
you go. That sounds way more biblical.
And that's the reason why when the Bible
My
says you
brothers.
keep doing dabbling in witchcraft,
Y'all quiet
you do
back
what?
there, man.
Turn you over to a reprobated mind.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Watch this. Go back. Nehemiah, watch this. Read.
Nehemiah chapter 9 and verse 33. Howbeit, thou art just in all that is brought upon us, for thou hast done right.
So God has done right for what everything he did unto us. Because he told us, either you're going to listen to me, I'm going to bring curses upon you. Read.
But we have done wickedly.
We are the one that done wickedly. That God gave us the commandments. He taught us how to treat one another. But you know what we do? We look at our own brother that look just like Christ and have hatred towards him.
Right.
Why we do that for?
Bring it out.
God is only dealing with us. Y'all understand what's going on? Do you understand that this happened to us? Huh? I need y'all men to speak up, man.
That's right.
Because if the men don't get an order, the women never gonna get an order.
That's right.
Once we get an order, they gonna fall in line.
That's
It's
right.
time for the black man to rise back up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Give me Psalm 94 verse 16. I'm gonna show y'all something. God got a purpose for every last one of y'all. He wants you to do right, meaning what? Keep his commandments.
Right.
Watch this, 94:16.
Psalm chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
So who's gonna rise up and say, you know what? I am done with the gang violence.
Right.
I am done with the prostitution.
Right.
Who's gonna rise up and say that?
Bring it
Who's
out.
gonna rise up and say, man, you know what? All these sinners, y'all need to stop or you're gonna burn in everlasting damnation.
Bring it out.
Who's gonna do that? Are y'all gonna stand up and do that? Are you gonna stand up, my sister, and teach other sisters the right way? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You sure? How you gonna do that?
Because one, lead by example. I lead by
Lead by example?
I lead by example.
Lead by example. Are you leading by example right now?
I'm leading, yeah, I am. Maybe not a good example, but if you don't do what
Read
you're
Matthew
supposed to
5:19.
do, this
Look.
is what happened to
Okay,
you.
we got two types of examples, right? What's that?
So you got a good example, you got a bad example.
There you go.
I'm a good example of what not to do.
I'm not
to
coming
then-
at you in a certain
Oh,
way,
no,
right?
honey,
I'm trying to meet you where you
honest.
at. Look,
I'm honest. I'm
look.
real.
Hold on, sis. Hold on.
I know.
Hold on.
I know what's going
I
on.
understand. I understand. Our sister understands the oppression that she see. All right, watch this.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 19.
Bring it up.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
He said, look, she said it right in the head. You got a good example and a bad example. He said, whosoever shall break one of the least commandments, like thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt honor thy father or thy mother. If you lay with a woman, you have to marry the sister. If you can't have hate towards your brother, because that's just like murder. He said, look, if you break one of these least commandments, and what?
And shall teach men so.
You teach people so by your example.
Right.
And you might not be directly talking to them, but people are watching. They see what you're doing and they're gonna follow your footsteps.
Right.
So how you carry yourself is highly important. We can't be out here playing around.
Right.
Because we will be held accountable in that day.
Right.
Come on.
And shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So if you breaking God's commandments and you teaching the next man or the next sister to do the same thing, he said you're going to be called least in the kingdom of heaven. Meaning what? You're not going to make it.
That's right.
You're not going to make it if you're doing the wrong things. So, in order for us to do the right thing, what we got to do? Change. How are we going to change? Psalm 19 says. Got to be ready to change, right?
You gotta be ready to change.
And you know what? In order to change, we got to accept what's going on. We got to do what? We got to humble down to the word of God. That's what's going to change us. Watch this.
Psalm chapter 19 and verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
He said the law of God, that's perfect. That's perfect. He said the laws of God is perfect. If you got somebody teaching you that God's laws are done away with, they are not teaching you what is biblical. Because he said the laws of God is perfect. Read it again.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
Excuse me, ma'am. What does it mean to convert? To change. To change. What y'all say, my brothers? What does it mean to convert? To change. To change. So the laws of God are going to do what to us? It's going to change us up.
That's right.
It's going to make that brother that used to sell dope to his people to stop selling dope. It's going to make that brother that used to sleep around for, excuse me, I'm spinning and everything. Make that brother that used to sleep around for multiple people to marry one sister and raise his kids. You understand?
That's
so read
right.
that part again.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
He said those that are simple right now can right now, when we don't keep the commandments of God, we're in a simple state of mind.
Right.
If we're going against what God set up and he said it's already perfect, we in a simple state of mind because we're not doing what God said. You understand that, bro? Let me show you something. Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Because you said only Christ was perfect, right? And he set the ultimate example. He set the ultimate example for us to follow in his footsteps. But guess what he told us to do? Watch this.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 48.
Read on.
Be ye therefore perfect. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So how are we going to be perfect? If he told the black man, be perfect, how are we going to be perfect?
Read on.
Think about it, bro.
I already had them for y'all.
Huh?
Y'all was like, right?
My brother, how are we going to be perfect? Christ told you, hey, bro, be perfect. How you going to be perfect? How you going to be perfect, sir?
Living in the example that he gave us.
You said living in the example he said gave us. What about you, sir? If Christ told us, he told us to be perfect, how are we going to be perfect?
Gonna be perfect
Through him? That sounds so Christianity.
Right.
It sounds so Christianity. You got what I want on 1 Kings?
Come on up, bro.
1 Kings 8:6-1? Okay, you can listen to it, bro. Watch it. I'm going to show you how we're going to be perfect, all right, so my sister? And you got a job to do, too. You got to be around godly men and godly women that can help guide you. Because, like you said, you can set a good or a bad example. I would rather for you to set a good example. God wants you to choose the good. Okay? Read what you got.
1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 61.
Read up.
Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments.
You understand that, sis? So what do you say?
He gave us the example to be perfect. So it's not that we can't be perfect. We choose not to be.
Hold on. What did it say? I'm going to read it again. And I want you to tell me what it says, okay? Read it again.
Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments.
So how do we be perfect? By doing what?
What he told us to do, what he commanded us to do.
What he commanded us to do, the commandments.
That's right.
That's how we be perfect.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support